Whew. I don't want to talk about this. I don't. But I feel like the industry demands it. What am I talking about? Talking about Xbox tax. I know a lot of people don't believe it exists. It's sad that I can't just sit here and play a game. It's sad that I can't just make content for you guys without people in the industry just being very hypocritical in a lot of ways. I love gaming, but I love when people are truthful with their honest opinions. And I look, maybe there are some difference of opinions going on here. Maybe people did change their mind when it comes to Sea of Thieves, because that's what we're talking about. I'm sure some of you say, Addict, what do you mean Sea of Thieves? What's going on with Sea of Thieves? Sea of Thieves has officially been scored on Metacritic. So, let's go over this. The original Sea of Thieves back in 2018 scored a 69. So I'm sure some of you are like, but Addict, what does that mean? What could that possibly mean? Like, it's a 69, so what? The PlayStation 5 version is officially on Metacritic. And for those of you that's saying it got a 5 more points up, no, it didn't. Didn't even get a 10. Almost 20 points difference between the Xbox version and the PlayStation 5 version. Now look, let's point out the obvious. Let's go over here first off. This is what it is right now. Now let's point out the obvious, that the difference of a game between the Xbox One version and the PlayStation 5 version is night and day. There's no denying that. I expected some fluctuation when it comes to reviews. I expected a difference of points because they're getting essentially the best version they can get, because for the past few years, Rare's done nothing but put content in this game. It's probably one of the best games as a service that you can currently get. So, going into that, one thing we got to take into consideration, as you can see, there's only 6 reviews. Not a big deal. I do expect this to fluctuate, maybe a point or two up or lower, but I don't expect it to go below an 80 for sure. Let's look at the reviews on it. All right, so we got Guardian. Now let's go ahead and let's see if they reviewed the Xbox One version. Let's push Control F G. All right, now let's see. All right, we're going down. Did they not review it? Oh, here we go. They did review it. So where is it? There it is. A 60. They gave it a 60. So what did they give it on the PlayStation 5? A perfect score. Now look, I understand there's more content in the PlayStation 5 version that there was at the launch of the Xbox version. But I find it hard to believe, and maybe you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, or not necessarily. This isn't really a correct me if I'm wrong kind of situation. Do you guys think there is a 40 point difference between the original version and the version we have now? You give something a 6, it was okay, I guess. Like, to me, when you give something a 6, you're looking at it on, look, the gameplay was okay. It wasn't nothing special. Like, the game wasn't special in any way, shape, or form. I wouldn't give games that scored around that time, because they those type of scores is like one of those things where it's like, okay, it is what it is. You play it one time, you never touch it again. But for some reason, you add more content to it. It's like they liked it from the start. I guess, we could go and read some of these. I'll put it in the comment section below. Keith Stewart. Let's double check to make sure that the same person reviewed it. Because obviously, most likely, we're going to see a different reviewer because it is a website. So I mean, we'll see. We'll see when I get back down to it. It was the Keith dude, so keep that in mind. It did get a 6. Where's Guardian? Yeah, here it is. So it was a Keith dude. Hold up. Let's look at the full review. Oh, same dude. Same dude. Okay, so let's look at the Xbox One review. How in depth it was. I mean, it wasn't really hugely in depth. They don't really do. I probably wouldn't trust these people. It doesn't seem like they really break down games too well. But that's just crazy. Same person, 40-point difference. Now, obviously, I don't know what the Guardian is. I ain't never really kept up with them. We look at something like this. They gave Halo Reach a perfect score. That was years ago, by the way. It looks like they're really easy. This is probably the best reviews they've ever gave, to be honest with you. So what we want to do is we would want to look up recently added. Guardian, Sea of Thieves, top spin. So they gave the 2K, some kind of 2K game, that an 80. South Park Snow Day is 60. Princess Peach Showtime of 40. Dragon's Dogma an 80. A lot of people like that game. Interesting. Alone in the Dark a 20. Copo Nation 80. WWE 80. Melanie 60. 80. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth an 80. Skull and Bones is 60. Tomb Raider that got an 80. Hell Divers 2 80. Man, they seem to be giving everything. Oh, look at this. The Last of Us Part 2. Perfect score. That's kind of crazy. Avatar, Persona Tactics, Modern Warfare. They give like everything 80s. I don't know, I think that's a little suspect. Marvel Spider-Man, that was a perfect game. We came across 2 PlayStation games that got perfect scores. I don't know. You let you guys determine that. Liza P, Starfield, 80. So at least they gave Starfield a decent. Sea of Stars. Even though Sea of Stars was a phenomenal game, I wouldn't know if it's like a perfect score. Texas Chainsaw, that was a fun game. Baldur's Gate 100, I can understand that to a degree. Pikmin, everything on their website for the most part is an 80. Are they like a rated 1 through 5 kind of website? Street Fighter, perfect score. Column 20. Tears of the Kingdom, 100%. So they gave Jedi Survivor 100, even though that game was buggy when it came out. And what did they play it on? They played it on the PlayStation 5. As you can see, they are reviewing a lot of the games that they played that probably isn't coming on. There's a lot of PlayStation 5 in here. It's a mixture of everything, but you can see there's a lot of PlayStation 5 in here. I'm kind of curious if, like, when you see an Xbox come up, if that's just something that they generally couldn't get until it came out. Look, this isn't really a gotcha moment, okay? This is just a proved thing where it's just like some people, they just want to play on PlayStation. They don't give 2 shits if the game is good or not. Now, we can definitely, there's no doubt in my mind that the game that they getting now is different than the game that Xbox got. But I just want you guys to tell me if it's 40 points difference. If it's almost 22 points difference in terms of a Metacritic score. I don't know. I believe it's not. That's just me. But I'm curious to hear what your guys' opinion. I just saw that. I saw that 80, 88 Sea of Thieves. I'm like, man, this was like one of the biggest games that people were making fun of PlayStation, Xbox rightfully for the 69 Metacritic scores. Remember back then, I don't know if everyone's been keeping up with gaming as long as I have, but there was a time frame that Xbox was getting almost nothing but 60s. It happened for like a year and a half, and Sea of Thieves was one of those games. And to see that game get an 88 on PlayStation and get so highly receptive, and then you see people when it comes to Hi-Fi Rush saying that they played the Xbox version, and then when they reviewed the PlayStation version, they said they didn't play the Xbox version. The bias is there. If you chose not to see it at this point, that's on you. Now, that doesn't mean the Sea of Thieves part's part of that bias. It's just one of those eyebrow-raising moments, man. Pay attention. If you guys enjoyed this video, definitely hit that like button. If you guys enjoy the content, you can always subscribe. We do weekly content on here. Definitely follow me on Twitter at LordAddictIOP, and you can follow me over there at Addict Arena, YouTube, where I do streams, playthroughs. Hope you guys have a good day. Peace. All that's in the description below, by the way.